Hello Newcastle fans, welcome to another video. Today we're going to be talking to Sharkey, who runs the YouTube channel Newcastle United One Club One City. Now we're going to be talking about the under-23s. You've seen the highlights. We're going to be talking about their performances, players who stood out, the future of some players, why weren't any first team players involved. Sharkey was at the game. He's also done a match experience vlog, so check out his channel. They'll leave a link in the description for you as well. But yeah, here we go. Let's get Sharkey onto the channel. Here I'm joined on a Google Hangout by Star Trek Sharkey over here.
How are you all doing? You all right?
Aye, what's that in your head?
I'm the next pilot, you know what I mean? The next pilot.
What do you reckon? Because obviously it's the first time that we've seen the blue kit. What do you like it? Or some fans are a bit 50-50 on it.
To be honest with you, I quite like it. It's obviously not the kit I'm buying tomorrow, which will be obviously Tuesday. I'm buying the fake kit, but I really like it. I mean, if you look at all three kits, I think they've delivered this summer in terms of the kits. I think they're all good. I think they're all good. Yeah. Yeah,
I have to agree with you. I mean, the kit's all so much better, they say. I think that's probably the worst one, even though it's a good one, if that makes sense. But
yeah, no, that would definitely be my third one, obviously, if I had to choose.
Aye, out of the three. Well, you've already sporting the training gear at the minute, aren't you? Looking at the players who were left out, obviously the training camp in Ireland, there was obviously no Mbemba. Now I thought Mbemba or Lazar, Tim Krul or Manuel Riviere might have been given 45 minutes to 90 minutes to keep their match fitness up, because one of those, well, 3 out of those 4 are notified about not in Rafa's book. So were you surprised not to see none of them in the match day squad?
Especially in Mbemba. I mean, if you look, I was expecting either him or like to Tim Krul have a start, because if you look at the guys who have been left out, why wouldn't Tim Krul start? But now his future's now up in the air, and I have went on a lot on my channel to say that Tim Krul deserves his chance to be number one. And the fact that he's been left out over pre-season, now there's massive question marks. And when I say massive, he's just got no future, has he? I mean, yes, he's a local lad, he's a Geordie and all that kind of stuff, but Rafa wants his own people in now, doesn't he? You can tell he's starting to reshape his team. He's getting rid of the players that he doesn't want, and he's not scared to get rid of players. And like a lot of managers in the past, they've been too scared. The players have kind of been bigger than them, and he's like, oh well, I'm the boss. You do what I do.
I was totally surprised myself. At least not saying them having 45 minutes. Now talking about, I know, because Haidara looks like his second choice now. Just talking about like how Peter Biasley set up his team. I mean, what formation did Biasley pick?
So obviously he went with like a one up front, didn't he? So obviously where you got like Longstaff like feeding off Ivan Toney. So like it was kind of like a 4-4-1-1 type, but
very similar to what we're lining up. Do you think like Rafa's now trying to put his influence on the younger sides, saying, right, this is the formation that all 3 under 18s, under 23s, and the first team play under? Is that the Rafa influence?
I would say so as well, because they're going to have to learn this, because obviously when they develop through the under 23s, getting into the first team in Rafa Benitez's plans, they're going to have to learn very, very quickly on how to adapt, because there's nothing worse when you play well in the under 23s, you eventually get into the first team and you struggle because you're not used to that formation, and it's all about adapting, and Rafa wants the players to learn quick. It's all about, you know what I mean?
Do you think that's something in Spain, because Barcelona play that system all the way through from the age of like 8 upwards? Is that just Rafa trying to like stamp his authority again?
Well, that's it. He's the manager, isn't he? I think it's the right thing to do. I mean, if that's what he wants and if it works, which I think it will do in the long term, I think it's the best way forward, because if you look at the players that he's been buying, obviously he's kept like Zavatu, he's brought in obviously Lejeune, so he's trying to build from the back, and he's trying to build from the back to try and get players in the midfield to forward to try and progress. You know what I mean?
He's trying to put that in younger levels. So let's get on the game then. Talk us through. Well, what was it like? I mean, the first game looked pretty hectic on the touchline. The first goal was a bit of a beauty one at the counter.
Oh, it was class. I mean, the touch as well by Ivan Toney, man. The finish, and then obviously a Longstaff, brilliant, absolutely brilliant, man. Couldn't go wrong with it.
And then obviously the second goal as well, which was O'Connor surprisingly on the left flank whipping it in, and then great piece of holding skill by Toney to hold it off turn and smash it past the goalkeeper. He had quite an eventful game.
O'Connor was good. I thought he was fantastic right the way through.
Bit of a man mountain, and he's huge.
He looks good though. His attitude, his touch, like he's willing to to bring players into play. Just his all-round game is good, and he's going to learn a lot more with Peter Biasley. Like the weeks going ahead. Obviously, they're going to be playing Gateshead obviously next week. at the International Stadium. But he looks really good. Like, you know, he's just got that attitude which the other players didn't have maybe last season or the season before.
So what do you make of Yanni and Juanito? They get 2 halves each, didn't they?
Yeah, it was all right. I mean, obviously, I didn't.
Do you think it was just because they didn't really stand out massively? It was just getting you, what's the word I'm looking for, the foot in the door, relaxing, getting used to his teammates, that kind of thing, match fitness. Do you think we'll see more of them as the summer goes on, throughout the summer?
He looked a little. I must be fair. He looked a little bit shaky. I mean, obviously, Darlington, when they got the first goal, there were a lot. But I mean, they did play quite well, a lot of these players. But again, it's just the panic a little bit. You know, once they don't take the chance, they're panicking. Do you know what I mean? It's. But they're gonna learn. Obviously, Peter Bielsa's gonna drill into them that they're gonna have to take the chances. You know,
because ideally, and youth football is not really competitive, and you want to get these kids in the first team, don't you?
Definitely.
Just speaking of like, I just want to talk about like the defenders here, because it seems like we've got loads. We've got like 6 centre backs in the under-23s. You've got the likes of Macaulay Gillespie's come back from Carlisle. We've got obviously O'Connor, who we've signed. Stuart Finney, who had a good under-23. He broke it first team last season. You've got Curtis Good, who was at fault for their goal. His future looks uncertain. Yanni, who's come in. You've got young Owen Bailey, who's just signed a contract. So it's a really, really good, healthy competition there. But do you expect 1 or 2 of those to leave the club?
Yeah, Curtis Good for me. I don't think he's good enough. He's been here for how long now?
Pardon the pun.
He hasn't cut it. I mean, he's had his loan deals. Obviously, he's been at Bradford and that, but he's just not a Newcastle player. He's just not good enough. Youngsters a chance, because you know fine well we don't give a lot of youngsters a chance to get into the first team. Our academy is not the best. It's pretty shocking, if I'm honest. But while Rafa's here, you know, hopefully we can start improving the academy, moving the kids forward, and try and get them into the first team for the future.
So that was Sharky's thoughts there of Newcastle United's under-23s. So we'd love to know what you think of the future of the club. Me and Sharky will be at a lot of under-23 fixtures and the under-21 Checker Trade Trophy as well, which the club are also involved in. We would like to know what you think of Newcastle's future. Is it the right thing that Newcastle are buying players from across Europe and other end of England, bringing in the talent? Who do you think is going to be the next one to come out with this bunch of players that could potentially be a star? You know, we'd love to know what you think on that. Thank you very much for watching. Head over to Sharky's channel, check him out. See you later.